Othello, how to play. The object of this two-player game is to have the majority of your colored discs face up on the board at the end of the game. Lay out the board and place 4 discs, 2 white side up and 2 black side up, in the center of the board as shown. Give each player 30 discs. One player plays white and the other plays black. The player playing black goes first, then turns alternate. On your turn, you must place 1 disc on any empty space on the board and outflank your opponent. To outflank means to have your discs on either side of a continuous straight line of your opponent's discs. This line can be any number of discs long and can be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. When you place a disc so that you have outflanked your opponent's discs, you then flip the outflanked discs over to your color. You are allowed to outflank multiple lines in a single move. If you are unable to outflank your opponent on your turn, then you are not allowed to play and you must skip your turn. If you can play, then you must play. Discs may only be outflanked as a direct result of the move and must be in a direct line of the placed disc. In this example, these 2 white discs are not flipped. An outflank may not skip over your own colored disc to outflank more discs. Only the discs in the immediate outflank are captured. All outflanked discs must be flipped. You may not choose to only flip some of them. If you flip over the wrong disc and your opponent hasn't moved yet, you may fix the error. If your opponent has already moved, then you may not fix the error. Once a disc is placed on a square, it may never be removed or moved to another square. If you run out of discs to place and you still have a legal move, then your opponent must give you some of their discs to use. When it is no longer possible for either player to move, the game is over. Discs are counted, and the player with the majority of their color showing is the winner. You can also play multiple rounds and track points. The winner of the round receives points equal to the difference between the number of their opponent's discs subtracted from the number of their discs. Once players reach a predetermined point total, the game ends, and the player with the most points is the winner. There is an advantage to going first. For less experienced players, to play with more experienced players, the less experienced player can go first. If you need a greater handicap, then the less experienced player may start the game with up to 4 discs already in play in the corners of the board.